we save lives and property. It's Nigerian brotherhood and farms future. I'm on stage as my hour of the blessed society and concerning people to make them smile and never around.
Students, please, we want your
No. When I so I'll go now. Then you come in.
Relax and enjoy. Thank you.
I personally remember one of
this day is such an amazing and memorable occasion, that's 20th graduation ceremony. For me, every student who has passed through the school, there is an experience they have that will always want to bring them back, and that's because of the solid foundation that they get when they come here. We have so many of them that have come from so many parts of the country. They're here today, and for every graduating student, the experience they have had here is something they will take with them. We add value to their lives, we give opportunities to grow their potentials, and that's something. Raberto is just like a family, and every student who passes through here would always want to come back. So for me, it's such a memorable day that in the history of this school we would never forget, and the students themselves will always remember this day. We're very communal in the sense that we give opportunities to students to just feel at home. So Raberto is not just a school, but it's like a home to all the students who come here, and that's why you find out that even after they've left after so many years, they still want to come back home, because they always say home is there is no place like home, so they always want to come. So we're very communal, we're very open, and we give opportunities to develop potentials. Like we have someone who is a producer, he's a music producer. We have a basketball star, he plays for NBA. We have students who are doing excellently well academically. We have some that have proceeded to do their PhD. They have like double masters. So it's we provide everything that a child needs, and also those core values like respect, resilience. We teach them to be excellent in everything they do, to be tolerant. Because we live in a very in a global world where all these values are core to us. So we always ensure that these core values are embedded in everything we do, and of course the 21st century skills are not left out in everything that we do.
I have to say that I've been very, very impressed so far. Much of what I intended to say in terms of the improvements that need to be made to the Nigerian education system are things that I've seen today and I've seen celebrated. So for example, one of the challenges I often find in schools is that there's a lot of content, there's a lot of knowledge, but there's not an emphasis on the critical thinking and problem solving skills that these children are going to need in the world of tomorrow. Technology is moving forward very, very rapidly, and the children, they say, okay, let me say, for example, I want to be a doctor. Okay, what if robotics, by the time they're grown, end up making those jobs redundant? What are they going to do? You focus your whole time, your whole career building towards being a doctor, and then there's no jobs. And this is the challenge that a lot of people have in Nigeria. We have so many unemployed graduates in this country, and that is a real concern for me. But what I'm happy about is that even when the younger ones were delivering their presentation today about careers, there were so many different careers that were being celebrated. Usually, traditionally, it's doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant, and that's it. But I always say I've met some of the most intelligent people I know here in Nigeria. Intelligent, bright, articulate people. And yet, we're still limiting Nigerian children to 4 careers. There's so much more out there. So today I'm very, very happy about what I've seen at Raberto schools.
Thank you very much for your time.
By time in Raberto, what I've learned the most is respect. To respect people. If you respect people, you respect your teachers, respect your parents, you'll be able to work your things out well, and also to be selfless, to always help people, to go out of your way to help people, and you always end up getting help back.
Okay. Now, do you think Raberto major
ceremony of the Raberto schools, Abuja? I have 2 kids here. One is graduating, and that is Deborah Iseduo, and one of them is in JSS 3 now. He's going to JSS 3 now, and that's Oyindo Iseduo. This school, as I said while I was making my opening remark, is a very special school because I came to know about this school during the economic meltdown in this country some few years ago. You know, when other schools were still up reviewing their fees, this school, having seen the economic reality of the country, was reviewing down their fees, and that attracted most parents to bring their children, and I'm one of them, because we have to look for a school that can go within our means as federal civil servants in this Abuja. And since then, my children has been successfully going to this school. Like I said, the school may have had a very strong prayer team, because from when I brought my children to this school, I never lacked school fees. But the first time I brought them, I was unable to even pay the whole. So I have to plead with them that I will come back and pay the balance. And that they also gave me that confidence. So this school for me is very special. The school is not just for capitalist purposes, but it's a very socialist school, so to say, because the school has a lot to do with the educational development of Nigerian child. Because for a school in Abuja here that is operating at this high level but very, very moderate school fees, for me it's a school that is recommendable to a lot of parents. Because I want to also call on parents to look at Abuja and patronize the schools that they can afford. Don't go to schools because of name and you go and pay millions and you want to be proud that your children are in a school that is charging you millions. For me, it's a wrong thinking, because the economic reality of the country must be taken into cognizance. And the standard from this school, from my children, I can see that they are maintaining a very high educational standard. So for me, kudos to this school. And like I said, I'm not surprised that the school is progressing, because as they are praying for us, we the parents, we are also praying for this school. Thank you very much.
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful bringing our kids to this school. Raberto School is a blast. It's awesome school. When my son, let me start from my son. When my son came, Ebubechukwu is graduating today. When I brought him here, the hidden talent was hidden. The Raberto School brought it out. My son Ebubechukwu represented Nigeria through power forward, and he was taken to South Africa for basketball. He did awesome, wonderfully well. I just want to thank God. When my son came to this school, he's so shy. The Raberto School brought out the hidden talent out of him. He's so bold. When we travel abroad, he familiarized with other students, and it's like, wow, is your son schooling in America, or where is he schooling? Is he schooling in UK? I said, no, we are from Nigeria. I said, wow, but you ought to know everything about our curriculum here. I said, it's Raberto School. So wherever I go to, advertise Raberto School. Raberto School is a school to take your kids to.
Thank you,
and my grandchildren, I will bring them to this school. It's been wonderful. The management is awesome. They are good. Talking about the school fees, if you don't have money to pay, they still accept you without paying a dime. They will accept you without paying a dime. That is how wonderful this school is. And it just left for you to use your conscience and pay school fees. I just want to thank God today. I want to thank the management. I want to thank the whole world that our children are graduating. That today is just the starting point of their life. The God Almighty will take them to a greater height. When other children are standing out, they will always stand out with their shoulder high. They will not bow their face to shame. We thank God Almighty in Jesus' name.
And today we are celebrating the class of 2019, our 20th graduation ceremony. And today we are telling our success story, what has made us different from other schools in Wuse 2 and in Abuja. Raberto School is a school that runs an integrated curriculum, and we have well-trained teachers that will keep training, learning and relearning the whole process of education, and we give our learners the best. Our learners are, each time they go out, we don't just judge them, and we are not just singing our own song. Other people too, we have had to go to competitions with lots of other schools in the metropolis, in Abuja, and each time we go out there, it's either we're always in the first three. From the currency, the CBN organized a currency museum, essay writing, we took the first position. Tugar, technical unit on anti-governance and corruption, did another one. Raberto School emerged first. Alliance Francais in Wuse 2, he organized another, and our JS1 class student beat SS2 and SS3 students out of 8 participating schools and clinched the first position. All of these and many more tell you that we don't just teach like other schools do. We take learning and teaching here very seriously, and we use the global best practices to teach our learners, and we provide them with the best of opportunities. We expose them everything that will make a holistic education for a child. So that's Raberto School, and here we breed eaglets. We call them eaglets, children that have the capacity, when you release them to fly, to even fly beyond limits that their parents have even set for them. So yes, Raberto School is a place to be, and we're happy we're celebrating with class of 2019. So thank you very much.
The journey of me being in this school has been a very long one, because I started since from nursery 1. But then the relationship between the teachers and the pupils, they actually treat us like we're their children, even nicer.
Thank you very much.